I feel like in the greater extent of the profound range, when we can embrace our own shadow, it diminishes, it disperses that like pessimistic energy that is placed into shadow, embracing our own shadows. What does that even mean, Oak? Does any other individual get the Jezebel and Lord Ahab energies with regards to Will Smith and Jada Pinkett? And on the off chance that not that does anybody feel like Jada has some kind of spell cast over Will, and surprisingly, her own children Willow and Jaden, on the grounds that that is what the roads are talking about. So, for quite a while, many individuals have said that they don't comprehend the sort of hold that Jada has over Will. And keeping in mind that Jada has not been spotted truly rehearsing black magic or truly enchanting, there are a few things she has said and done that have made numerous dubious of her. And you all, I figure, we can concur that things like these are normal in Hollywood. You realize Illuminati penances mind control. And so on, at any rate, back to the sketchy things she has said in the deliberately digital recording. Jay Shetty said that he felt like he had known Jada from various lifetimes. And Jada said that it was entirely conceivable. She likewise said that she and Jay had recently had various discussions that she wasn't happy talking about presently. Then she felt free to discuss her inner self and demise, and how individuals ought to embrace their shadows. I don't have the ground under my feet in the manner by which my self-image needs. Yet what I have discovered is that the ground under my feet is that of a higher source that is the main ground to stroll on. Additionally, have you at any point saw how via virtual entertainment Jada rambles about the good vibration of adoration? And she even once shared her day-to-day profound routine, which includes awakening at 5:30 to do a brief serenade, and afterward think I need to concede that those are not things many individuals simply do. And in the event that for sure she has well captivated, that would make sense of a ton of things essentially for certain individuals. For example, it would make sense of how Mike goes this way, and that about the real essence of their relationship, like saying there has never been treachery in their marriage at this point. We've all seen the receipts you both have talked sincerely. It's an exceptionally renowned story, unfaithfulness into marriage, and how you explore that time never there will never be been disloyalty in America, never been unfaithfulness, never Jada, and I discuss everything. And we have never shocked each other with anything at any point. Will Smith truly said with an emotionless expression that there has never been unfaithfulness in his marriage, and that Jada has never amazed him about anything. Does that imply that August Alsina was correct when he said that Will really gave them his gifts when he was laying down with Jada? I truly plumped down with Will and had a discussion because of the change from their union with life association that they've expressed on a few times. And it, not including sentimentalism, he gave me his approval, and the most insane part was truly Will consenting to be evaluated by Jada about exactly the same thing we as a whole been undermined. Everyone in him been undermined. Not a single one of us have at any point been consulted by the individual that undermined us on TV. Really, it's either Will was enthralled the entire time, or he truly gave August and Jada his approval in light of the fact that Jada had presumably currently maneuvered him toward being in an open relationship. For reference, in the past, she told HuffPost Live, I've generally told Will you can do anything you desire as long as you can take a gander at yourself in the mirror and be okay on the grounds that by the day's end, Will is his own man. I'm here as his accomplice, yet he is his own man. He needs to conclude who he needs to be. And that is not for me to accomplish for him, or the other way around. Then in the 2021 meeting with GQ, Will offered something almost identical, saying we have given each other trust and opportunity, with a conviction that everyone needs to figure things out in marriage. For us can't be a jail. And I don't recommend our street for anyone. Yet the encounters, that the opportunities that we've given each other, and the unqualified help to me is the best quality of affection. Oak. In any case, for me, assuming that there's one thing that fixed the black magic reports, it was the slap that was felt across the globe, including Chris Rock at the Oscars, I mean, at first will appear to be alright with the joke Chris made about Jada, and surprisingly, grinned when Chris made the joke, yet after he took a gander at Jada and their eyes met, Will immediately strolled in front of an audience and slapped the fire out of Chris, as a matter of fact in video film that was recorded by an individual from the Oscars crowd. Will should have been visible stomping off the stage and sitting back in his seat subsequent to slapping Chris, and the video seemed to show Jada's head shifting forward. With giggling, unadulterated evil, you all nothing else can make sense of that without a doubt. And on the off chance that you ask Panther right, she accepts that Will just did that since he was influenced quite a bit by, or perhaps cause, she's looking a little hocus pocus. These days too, no is it alopecia? Or was it like entrance into the club? I don't be aware in addition to Jada has likewise made plainly she never needed to get hitched to Will. There was really a video from 2018 where Jada expressed that she never needed her marriage and that she had been compelled to wed Will Smith since she was pregnant. There's such a lot of strain, being a youthful entertainer, being youthful and pregnant. I was very much as I didn't have the foggiest idea what to do yet. I just realized I was like I never needed to be hitched. And this is exactly the very thing that's on the web, folks. Simply envision different things Will has needed to pass through in secret. We should try and leave Will to the side on the grounds that Jada has evidently been controlling him, as well as the whole family. First, there's the way Jada persuaded Will to forsake his most memorable child, who individuals seldom discuss, yet in the several years of Three-Pointer's life. In light of the fact that Sherry and I were separated from I figure my craving to never have my child see me in that manner made me more missing as a dad. Jada additionally persuaded Will to raise Willow and Jaden. How she would have preferred. Then there's the way Willow and Jaden act in manners that individuals say is certainly not typical. Jada has truly impacted a ton of their choices, like Willow's decision to be polyamorous with polyamory. I feel like the principal establishment is the opportunity to have the option to make a relationship style that works for yourself and not venturing into monogamy, since that is what everybody around you says is the proper thing to do. So I was like, how might I structure the way that I approach associations in view of that? Definitely talking about Willow. There's a letter in which Willow expresses that she thought Tupac was the one in particular who could fulfill her family. In the letter, Willow additionally expressed that she realized Tupac was alive somewhere and requested that he return to them so she and Jada could be cheerful now. I'm expecting to be that assuming Willow got on this, will probably know in exactly the same thing for quite a long time that he won't ever genuinely make Jada blissful. But he actually decides to remain with her, even after Will wrote in his diary, "Are in the start of our relationship, my psyche was tormented by their association. He was POC. And that was me. I loathed that I wasn't what he was on the planet. And I experienced a furious desire. I believed Jada should gaze at me in such a way, assuming she picked me over Tupac. It was basically impossible that I could be a defeatist. I have seldom felt more approved. I was in a room with Tupac on various events. Yet I never addressed him the manner in which Jada cherished Scar delivered me unequipped for being companions with him. Someone let me know staying in that marriage in the event that it's not black magic in Jaden, that one has been an entire wreck. Recollect when Jaden needed to get liberated at 15 and Jada resembled. And I contemplated internally, however crushed as I might have been, I resembled. He's right, definitely now. Is the ideal opportunity. He's 15. It's the ideal opportunity for him to take off from the house. There's likewise the other stuff he's been doing throughout the long term that individuals say isn't ordinary. And let me not even start with the various claims about how Might and Jada lay down with young fellows in their home. They're both sexually unbiased. They do peculiar things in their home, and young fellows have gone out shouting to move away from them in their mentorship. Kindly let me know you perceive how their relationship can't be typical. Do you additionally suspect that Jada might have some kind of spell cast over Will than her kids, Let me in on your viewpoints in the remark segment